Full base announcement. The commander would like to address HQ staff at 0100 in the canteen to make a formal announcement. Commodore Summers stood in the middle of the room as he explained how negotiations between the UN and Iraq had failed and the time for talking had ended. Gentlemen, in 2 hours at 0300 hours, the war is going to start, and none of us are going home until it's over. Dead silence as we all processed the weight of what that meant. All I remember thinking was that I hoped that I would do my duty. 1 million Allied soldiers from 39 countries and 1 million Iraqis. The largest assembly of military force since World War II against the world's fourth largest military. Missouri-class battleships, chemical and biological ballistic missiles, Tomahawks, Abrams tanks, aircraft carriers, AWACS, and CF-18s. It was war. As scary as it was, this is what I had signed up for. A sealed letter to my 4-year-old daughter, and one last call with my mother where I told her I'm with my buddies, and if something happens, know that I volunteered to do this for my country and accept what may come. Hear ye, we have incoming. Bolt upright in my cot. 7 seconds. Visualizing a missile the size of a Greyhound bus raining down on top of me as I groped around in the dark for my gas mask. 7 months. Building sandbag bunkers on Christmas Day. 600 oil wells alight, 12 noon and dark as midnight. Everything covered in oil. Never being unarmed, never being without my mask and bunny bag. On a Challenger jet to our coalition command center with CF-18 escorts on either side of the aircraft. My face pressed against the window, looking down on some of the 2 million men and equipment. This was real. "27 years later, I got a phone call from a battle buddy that I had not seen since the Gulf War. He wasn't doing well. Iraq, Bosnia, Persian Gulf, Rwanda, Afghanistan had all taken a toll and rounded his corners. I was happy to see him, and for 30 minutes we just caught up and the years disappeared and we reconnected. Suddenly he said, 'Mike, we went to war, right?' 'Yes, of course.' 'Well, according to the government, we have never been to war.' It felt like I had just been punched in the face. 'What do you mean?' For the next 15 minutes, I listened in shock as he laid out document after document in front of me. I knew what I had lived through. I knew what it was. The Persian Gulf was not just another peacekeeping operation. And yet, in that coffee shop, everything I had believed in up to that moment was effectively shattered. Reeling, I left confused, angry, shoulders slumped, and for the first time, a loss of pride in my service. I retreated into the shadows. It wasn't until years later, after seeing a therapist, that I realized what had happened in that coffee shop. I had a label, a description. I was experiencing a moral injury, a wound that remains unidentified until in time its festering bursts into the veteran's consciousness and identity. It has been said that truth is the first casualty of war. Yet truth matters, and inaction has consequences for military veterans and their families. We fulfilled our end of the moral contract.